Okay. So I think we are good. Everyone is good in Ghana?
Yes, everyone is doing well.
Good, good. And with you, Benny, as well?
Yeah, we're all doing great here.
Good, good.
Very nice.
Okay, great.
Good. All right. Well, we'll start with the Happy Army engagement. That was you had shared some screenshots, actual responses with Happy Army
Yeah,
to guide their efforts.
yeah. So, though, Benny, you did that. You posted in there and said that that we're kind of refocusing around uh, trying to keep it positive, not political, etc. I thought that was really good. Good work on that.
Okay. And let's see. So
Yeah.
Have you gotten any responses from people on the outside of the group as far as if they're feeling that that this is a good approach or anything?
Yes, so I've had Simon, my brother, talk about when he also noticed the comments and he was like he doesn't understand why people are trooping in with this. So when I finally posted it there, he said he felt like that was a good move,
Uh-huh.
so that people wouldn't push their focus on those political, yes, and forgetting of the impact we are causing. So he feels like it's a good move we have.
Good. That's great. Great. It's good to hear from Simone and regarding his input for sure, because it's always good to get feedback from someone else outside of the immediate group. So, yeah, that's great. And tell him that we appreciate the feedback.
definitely.
All right, sure. Yeah.
And then we had talked about social media strategy, confirming understanding of the new strategy, no new posts referencing the U.S. aid cuts, continuing to monitor and factually reply to existing comments, keeping comments enabled on all posts, and shifting focus to positive impact points, medical data results.
Right. And this was not related to, we haven't started talking about the media houses yet, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So that's coming up.
Yeah. This is just communications. Let's see. Project 75. That flyer is gonna you're gonna have it ready this week. I believe you said for to send to the some places.
Yes. So with the flyer, I think it's already ready. That's what I shared together with the post on Facebook,
Okay.
which I also shared with Salam to be used for the news article.
Great. Great. And how about Salam? How about the other nonprofits that you're thinking about engaging in the event? Are there, what are the statuses of those? I think you were up to two or three.
Yes, three, but two had confirmed. They have also notified me that they would want to visit the office next week to engage with us more regarding the event and also get to see our space themselves and see that will inform how they will also prepare and what kind of setup they can equally come and put up. So next week, I'm expecting them to visit our office within next week. I'll personally invite some of them to come. And I intend to invite more of them to come and see, and then we can have in person discussion as to what we are going to do, which would give them a better understanding. Those that had expressly not agreed, probably I feel if they come and see the space and what and get a better explanation of what we intend to do,
Hmm.
they might also develop interest.
Great. Great. Well, I'll let Abby continue with the agenda, but we do have some more things to talk about regarding the Project 75. I don't know if they're later on or,
Yeah.
yeah, go. Yeah, that's great. Perfect, Salam. Thank you for that update.
And
Thank you.
then we had on their newsletter plan update on the joint plan with Salam to capture attendee emails at the event.
Yeah, so are we still good with that? We're just gonna try to subscribe people at the time, or share the newsletter link. Is that correct? That's still the plan. We don't need any new technology or anything on that.
Yes. So I think the newsletter link can be used to capture. And as I said, those who have challenges with it, we'll just have someone assist them with the link. Yeah, I'm looking at having someone come to assist me in terms of the media that day.
Hmm.
Initially we spoke about the people I had to help or to train also alongside. So some of them, when they are free at our given events, I just call them.
Uh-huh.
Simon is one, and one other guy that who has been helping with the media work. So when it's time, I would have them come. And when they are assisting with capturing some of the pictures, I can engage the people in helping them with the um, capturing these emails for the newsletter.
Beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That sounds like a great way to do it.
Nice. Okay, in the medical impact post, discuss the timeline for creating the post based on the completed medical data. So the data entry
So
for
the
our
medical
project.
data entry, how is that going, Salam?
Yeah, I think we are almost done for project 0029.
Okay.
So I was thinking that we can we enter all the medical data available before a post is made, so that we can have, unless maybe we want to post a number of times. So once this project 0029 is complete, it can go out, and maybe another time we can make another post again, because there's an additional event. I don't know the project number that we are yet to enter.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yes.
I'm sorry. So it looked like Ben dropped off, unfortunately, right as you were discussing that. Could you repeat it for us, Salam, so Benny can make sure that he's on the same page?
Yes, I am saying that we are almost done with project 0029 data entry. And there is an outstanding project that we've not entered the medical data yet. So I need to cross check the project number for the event, for this the particular event we are yet to enter. So I was suggesting that we can have we can wait so that when we enter all of that, a post can be made, or we can post about project 0029, which is just about completion, and then maybe another time in the future we can make another medical event post again with different set of data. I don't know, but that would depend on the posting lineup Ben have made.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
So
space will
Benny,
allow.
yeah, so Benny, how are we doing on post? Do you have a pretty full queue as far as um what you want to post in the coming weeks?
So I think what we were posting, we have a little short of post because we're supposed to continue with the US post, about two more posts, which we had scheduled.
Uh-huh.
So any post that comes, I think we can easily replace that.
Okay.
Yeah, since yeah.
Okay, so it sounds to me like the question to
So
you, Benny, is then do you want to wait for Salam to enter all the medical data up to date and then do another post before we get to project the latest medical project, which is 75? Or would you rather do a partial medical data posting prior to Project 75, showing the impacts that we've had in the past, and then do another one once all the Project 75 data is in? How do you want to handle that?
Yeah, so I'm thinking if the outstanding data wouldn't take long for us to complete, we can just make a post about the impact or the results we've had so far since we started our medical outreaches. so
Yeah.
that we just make that a post. Then next time when we have another set of we can roll out another post.
Okay. So I
Yes,
hear you
yes,
saying that
Okay.
we should get all the data entered, and then once the data is entered, we'll do a post.
yes, yes.
And does
Yeah,
that work?
because I was equally thinking that from now to the medical event, that's Project 75, we should use our page to really promote the program,
Yeah.
because people have just seen that we were criticizing, not negatively, the exit of USAID, but most of these guys who left negative comments doesn't we are actually equally providing medical services.
Uh
I
huh.
mean medical events.
Yeah.
So I think it will be prudent that on the back of the backlash, they would see that we are really promoting the medical events, and when it eventually takes place, they see the pictures, and yeah, it will change a lot of them their minds that okay, these people weren't just criticizing,
Yeah.
but they are talking about what will help them do more of what they are doing, which is to the benefit of Ghanaians.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that we can use the time from now, because I've also engaged the media. They are going to make a promotional post. And I was just telling Ben, I think yesterday or this morning, that beyond the the story he has given me for the media to post, even before the event, I want another post to go out again in the media. Like I want us to aggressively promote the event. Just let people, so that we change people's mind
Uh huh.
about give basic needs and what we really do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So one thing about sponsored posts is that some of the people come across the post, they don't take their time to go through our activities. They just see a post that is sponsored on their timeline, and then they begin making their judgment based on that post only. So I think that is one of the reasons why we had a lot of such comments on our post, because they do not even know the context for which we are posting. Like they just see
Right.
something and they are, some of them are being so boastful of their country. They don't want to hear that their country is in support of a foreign aid. Looking at the comments, that was something I could easily draw out.
Uh
People
huh.
said our country this, our country this. They feel so proud that their country shouldn't be seeking for support from other places to support in these sectors like health and food and other things, without actually looking at what we've done.
Yeah.
Yes, so I believe that the more we post too, and it's a good thing, we are going to continue boosting all our posts maybe for the time being, so that they will continue to see. And I can see that some of them are beginning to even follow our page as a result of that. So probably they are following to see what are the other activities we will be doing henceforth. So
Uh huh. Okay.
yes, the more we begin posting, they would get things clear. So this just to say that we shouldn't be so much offended with the post, the comments that were coming in. They are just comments from people who are a bit ignorant of what we're actually doing. They see a post without actually taking time to see why the post is made, the reason why we are making that post, and all they care about is that um their country shouldn't be looked down on. So I'm beginning to realize. Look, I just Sudan. I don't know if you are in touch with or you've heard what is happening currently in Sudan, where there is
No, no, I'm not.
yes.
Not very much. No, please inform me.
Oh, okay, so there's serious fighting in Sudan,
Uh huh.
where a lot of people are displaced, and the they at the same time they are reporting an outbreak of disease there,
Ah.
and they do not even know how to handle that. So the US aid too that used to support such interventions have also been cut off.
Yeah.
So it's just too much for such countries to or such country to bear. So I've
Hmm.
seen a lot of people now also advocating and talking about how the US aid cut is going to cause more damage, especially to what is currently happening in Sudan. I also read in the news that even with in US there has always been a food supply that has been cut off.
Yeah.
I think this month or so.
Yeah. This month. Yeah.
Yes, yes, that other people are complaining about. So what we're trying to actually let the world to see is happening around,
Yeah.
whether we want it or not. Like it's definitely people are going to see the impact. So
Yeah. And
those
I
who have
think,
been complaining, they eventually see what we wanted to talk about.
yeah, I think that's a really good point, Benny. Sometimes when the news breaks, if you will, about the impact of something that might be controversial, um, there's immediate backlash to see the kinds of responses that we had. But as they see and hear of more negative impacts, they begin to realize that our position was ahead of the game, if you will, and we were stating the impact factually before anyone else. That's why they kind of lashed out at us. And so I think to your point, Benny, that this stuff going on in Sudan, we just have like the other thing is we have what's called FEMA, which is it stands for like disaster.
Federal Emergency Management. I don't know what the A is.
Yeah, yeah. So medical emergency management organization that deals with natural disasters here in the country. Also, the U.S. aid has been cut from there, and people will be getting no bottled water, for example, no help with relocation, no infrastructure. So it's very big. It's a very big deal. And I think that because we're on the cusp of it, we may have received a bit of that backlash. But as you point out, I think as people see, wow, I really was benefiting from that program, I do have a say now, and it's a little different than I originally thought.
Yeah, yeah.
And Salam, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about because I think we're all in different is good that we're all kind of in different areas, right? So we're in the U.S. looking at this impact of U.S. aid. You're in Ghana, both of you, but at the same time, you both have a little bit different perspective. Benny, yours is maybe a little bit more uh, connected through the social media side and the smaller villages, where Salam's might be more attached to governmental, organizational ACRA comments and feedback. So I'd like to hear a little bit more. So that was good that you provided your insight, Benny, and we kind of provided our insight on this topic. What is your take, Salam, on how the post was received? And you talk about the word backlash, and I feel like that's a little stronger than we've talked about in the past. Is there something more that we should be aware of, or we should try to address to help what you're seeing on the ground?
No, so when I use backlash, I was just referring to the uncalled attacks that the Give Basic Needs received on each page
Yeah.
due to a lack of understanding. People probably, just like Ben said, were seeing our post for the first time on their timeline
Hmm.
and not taking their time to go through what the organization has been into, would conclude that we were trying to incite Ghanaians and Africans to call out the US to either reinstate US aid or give us more grants because they think that we are benefiting from such,
Uh-huh.
which is absolutely not true.
Right.
Um, Others also thought that we think African nations must always depend on the West, and for them, like Ben was saying, for them, uh, they feel so proud of their country, and their country can do well on its own and doesn't need the West. But the truth is actually that, like you said, from the government's perspective, government of Ghana has been to China. They've been trying to solicit support to actually fill in these gaps.
Uh-huh.
But the citizens, majority of the citizens are not aware
Mm-hmm.
because they are not within the space. But the advantage I have is that I get to talk to other organizational leaders
Uh-huh.
who also, one way or the other, most of them had even projects with USAID funding that they were
Uh-huh.
running. And today, because I am also a country director, we've been able to create that network, and we do talk. So you understand that even the non-governmental sector is hit so hard I mean, local NGOs, not just the USAID alone, because
Yeah.
USAID has left a gap that the local NGOs are now struggling to fill in. And
Mm-hmm.
with USAID leaving, other American organizations and individuals in the US who used to have confidence to support activities of nonprofits in Ghana, most of them have stopped because they feel like if USAID is leaving and we are just individuals that probably used to give grants to organizations to fill some needs in Ghana, why should we worry ourselves? Because now our government is not in there to protect us.
Ah.
So it's affecting the exit. Is not just if you look at the impacts that USAID has created by exiting alone, you might underestimate the problem. But there are externalities. There is some effects that is not directly related to USAID
Mm-hmm.
because one, donors and individuals, donors who used to support USAID programs now will coil back. They are not going to say, "Oh, let's look into Ghana or let's look into the African countries and see which other organizations exist so that we can be giving them our money." No,
Uh-huh.
they were they were donating to USAID because they believed in the American government's ability to manage USAID, and they were donating to USAID. Now USAID has folded up, so they will also not donate anymore. They were
Ah.
donating to projects run by other NGOs in partnership with USAID. But now with the fold up of USAID, those NGOs are no more in partnership with USAID. So the trust and confidence level for these donors have reduced.
Uh-huh.
So I am looking at that level that the impact is actually huge than we think it is.
Yeah.
But for the ignorance of the masses, and the truth of the matter is that social media is, like I said, is like a zongo market where everybody comes in, somebody can beat you and walk away free because the police cannot even operate in such a situation. So
Yeah.
nobody actually regulates the information, and
Yeah.
people just say anything as they wish. But as
Mm-hmm.
time goes on, they will get to realize, okay, these guys were preempting something. Just
Yeah.
like Ben is using the Sudan case. If there were Sudanese who were criticizing us negatively, probably would begin to see that, oh, what this organization was saying is the truth. So I
Yeah.
feel we are doing everything right.
Uh-huh.
Just like Ben said, we need to just keep the energy, and also the same people who saw our USAID criticism and came at us with bad comments, we'll let them see the our upcoming events. We'll let them see results from our past events like the medical data and etc. And I believe that they would come to accept us, our organization, more, and would run to us for credible information about changes in the nonprofit sector in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are very good insights and very good points. Really, really good information, Salam. Thank you for sharing that. And I think that my question then goes to Salam and Benny, both of you, and obviously with input from the President, is should we, in the meantime, between now and the time that 70 Project 75 takes place, would it be beneficial to do a look back post on our last medical event so people could know what we've done in the past? Or do you think that that would muddy the waters or not be clear? Do you know what I mean by this look back type post where we go to our previous medical event? We do a reel of maybe Benny turns the video into a reel and we put that on Facebook so people can see, people lined up to get medical services, people actually, see, receiving sanitary pads, people actually receiving the gifts, or do you think that that would be not necessarily good and could be confusing?
I think that is doable and that will be okay. And a post like that can be used to even market the upcoming event. So,
Yeah,
for instance, last year or is it early this year, we did some data entry on the medical event, and you shared some graphs with me, and it was very beautiful. I think we
yeah,
made a post about it, but it really didn't fly because we didn't boost the post, and also we had not done this rebranding and all of that. So
yeah,
something like that can be reshared and just telling people that, hey, take a note, we are doing this, more is coming on the 21st of this, that. Just maybe Ben will be able to put a nice message on that,
yeah.
and we can do that. And then when the media send this post out, because I actually got a two media houses
Mm-hmm.
that are willing to do the promotional post for us at a very less cost. So I was discussing that with Ben, that instead of letting the two media houses do it at the same time, we can do one uh, this weekend,
Uh-huh.
and somewhere next week or next 2 weeks we let another media house send another post again,
Uh-huh.
call I mean towards the event, and then when it actually happens we'll do another post again of the event actually taking place.
Yeah.
So in between we can just keep hammering, and if we bring back posts like that, I think, for me, my opinion, I think it will be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Benny, what do you
Yes.
think?
Yeah. I also think it's in line since we do not have a lot of posts from now till that time.
Mm-hmm.
We can have a post like that, just a recap of how um, our medical events have been going on, how the atmosphere is, how we attend to people. I
Yes.
think such a post is it's good. Not even for the purpose of this, but occasionally it's good for us to have a recap of what we have been doing in the past.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a good idea. So people see what we have done in the past. Because the new followers we have gotten in the past weeks, if they haven't taken their time to go back to our post, they might not have seen some of
Yeah.
these things. So posting something like that would let them see what we have done in the past.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. And that's kind of the idea of it, is that we're saying there's going to be a big medical event, but for those people who have not seen those posts and didn't do diligence to look back, they really don't know what a medical event is, other than what's on the flyer. And so this could be a way. What do you think, President?
No, I think it's a great thing to do to recap and to show. And it's too, it's kind of like, we have very happy, positive posts. And not that the US aid was negative, but it was, in a sense, in a way. And then that way, if we can get back to the happy posts and, revisit what we've done and all the successes that we've had, then I think that would be a good, positive outcome of it.
Yeah, so Benny, if you or Salam, so let's okay, so uh Benny, will you take a specific medical project and do the new reel or whatever you're going to do with it? Let us know so that we can put those charts of our results in there. And then Salam, if you can make sure that we have all that data entered, I can generate the reports that show how many HIV cases we identified, how many hepatitis we identified, etc. So I think, Benny, before you work the reposting of a medical event project, please work with Salam to make sure that that data has been entered, and then I will make sure that you have the reports that you can include maybe at the end of the video or as part of um, some other means so that the results can be seen. Maybe it's the lead up post in the reel, or maybe it's the trailing end that says this was the impact that we had.
Okay, sure. Yes. So I'll go through the posts and pick the one of the projects that I think would be best, and I'll share it with everyone
Okay,
on the project we'll be using for that. Yes.
great. And then Salam, you
Yeah.
plan on having that data wrapped up by when for all the projects?
Yes, for all the projects, I think by for project 0029 by next week, by Monday it should be done, or even this Sunday, because tomorrow is Saturday. I don't have anywhere going. We'll be free, so enter it. So hopefully we can get that one wrapped up, and within a week we should be able to finish the other one too. So
Okay.
all of that data will be wrapped up before the event takes place.
Okay, great. And then we'll get those charts. Benny, I think you know how to get to the charts within Smiley, as does Salam, but should you need help, I'll be happy to create those or modify those charts so that they work well with your reel or presentation, Benny. Just let me know what the number is.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Great.
I think I've come across a portion showing the charts on Smiley. I don't know if it's different from
Yeah.
what. Yeah,
No,
it
that
shows
that
some
that's the
positives.
Yeah, that's the one. The only thing is I don't know if it's filtered by individual project. I think the
Okay,
chart
okay,
I think the chart does all of the projects. So is what I can do
okay,
is if
okay.
you give me the project number, I'll make it more specific uh, to this specific project based on the ones that are out there and Salam's got the data entered for.
All right, sure. Okay.
Great. And then Salam, if you could comment a little bit more about the media houses. I understand the difference between promotion and media and news. Um, but how are you? I'm I'm a little, I guess, I'm a little confused on why you're concerned about attendance at Project 75 because we had such an overwhelming response with the pineapples and that seemed to be on the spur of the moment. Are you thinking that we'll be lacking people who attend the event number 75, or what's your concern there with the media and having to get this really posted out there? Do you think people will not come, or what are you thinking?
No, so the concern is not about attendance.
Uh,
Yes, the attendance, because it's our first time doing an event in our office, and a local event, but within Tamale, which is a city.
uh-huh.
Uh, we cannot be so sure of the number that will show up, but I'm very positive that we'll have very good attendance.
Okay.
However, we wanted this sent out through the media because of the Wikipedia stuff.
Aha. Okay, good.
Yes, so if it goes out, if I was just discussing with Ben that if by December we can have maybe 3 or 4 media posting and all mentioning or referencing give basic needs, then he can submit for the Wikipedia.
Great.
So
Great.
that is why, fortunately, I've been able to get to star is it Star Chat online or Star something like that, and Peace FM. Peace FM has agreed to come down from their 8,000 position to about 4,000 cities to post for us.
Okay.
and Star is also willing to take the same amount. And I have resources to actually take care of these two posts, but
Beautiful.
I don't want to utilize all the resources now. I want to just send out one
Yeah.
so that we can have another one go out again, and then the news I can use some leverage because I've dealt with uh, 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 Ghana Web, and Ghana
Uh-huh.
Web is actually the biggest.
Yeah.
So either Ghana Web or Daily Guide, the guys who were asking for $1,000. So when the event actually take place, I intend to use my leverage with the multimedia director to get one of them to post it for us at a very low fee, maybe $100 or $200, just to
Oh,
give it to the editor,
yeah. Beautiful.
so that we can have about 4 media houses posting about us.
Great. Great. That's excellent. Excellent work, Salam, on working with them and negotiating those prices down. That really helps our effort and is very, very good work. Thank you for that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that it's noted that a major action item that Benny's been working on for the last, I guess, maybe 3 months now has been around getting our presence established on Wikipedia. And that is to move us towards a more AI based uh, 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 discovery process. When people inquire about what's going on with our project, it's more likely that the Wikipedia, as we have identified, is a better resource for turning up information about Give Basic Needs in the future. And so that's an action item that Ben's been working on, but it's taking these references from the media houses to get that done. So that's all good work in that direction. I think that's yeah, that's really good. So the other thing with attendance, Salam, I just thought of is that I don't know if on the day of the event, Project 75, if there will be a market that could have someone you could have someone at the market to direct people to our office to get services. That may be an option as well.
Yeah, so the office is not closer to a market, but is by a major road.
Uh-huh.
So we intend to get some young ladies dressed in our t-shirts, and
Uh-huh.
they can be by the road, just directing people, maybe holding some flyers, telling people that there's this event going on here, and they can actually come through for free.
Yeah,
So yes,
that's
for the attendance, I am very sure we'll get a lot of attendance.
okay, great. Yeah, that's a
And
great idea.
yeah,
Great, great.
That was a
And I guess Salam, sorry, still on Project 75, with regards to the medical professional recruitment, I know we have some that have joined out there. I haven't been following that, but is that something that you feel we're going to need help from 3S, Triple S on? Or is that something that you think we're going to be able to recruit enough medical professionals to execute the event by ourselves?
yes, I think we will be able to recruit enough medical professionals. We are inviting Triple S to also come and participate as a separate organization.
Uh-huh.
So, so we are going to start interacting with some of the nurses.
Uh-huh.
We invite them, those that are within Tamale, we invite them to the office starting from Monday,
Uh-huh.
when myself and Ben will all be in the office. We'll be inviting them just to interrogate them, and then we just want to have about 20 to 30
Okay.
of them that we know that at any time we can use a number of them. We don't need to have all of them available for a particular event
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. But if we have that number, at least we will be sure that when we need at least 10 or 15 nurses or 20, we can get them out of the 30.
Yeah. Okay, great,
Yes.
great.
Right. So the Wikipedia and the Media House post
Yep,
we
we
talked
covered that.
about. Give basic needs bank account. The social welfare office this week. Did that happen this past week? The
Yes.
social.
So I have requested for the letter, and they told me to give them a week to provide it for us.
Okay, great.
So I'm waiting. Hopefully next week. By next week, and we should get it.
Okay,
Okay, great.
perfect. Then that will allow us to do the bank account.
Yeah, that should be the
Yes.
last thing that
Yes.
we need. Yeah,
Okay.
Yes.
great. And along these lines, I was going to ask you. You had mentioned a while back that there were some Arabs that were interested in putting in some boreholes. Have you heard anything more on that, or is that a cold lead now?
Yes. Ben did a report for them.
Uh huh.
Um, I followed up, and they said it was still being considered, and that they are. So usually they usually can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So usually these are very religious people. So
Uh huh.
usually they will pile it up, and when it's time for fasting, when it's near Ramadan,
Uh huh.
they select the number of beneficiary organizations and the number of boreholes they are giving to each organization as a form of as a donation. There's a terminology for it in Islam. They call it zakat.
Okay.
So they believe that it's a giving that is believed that when you give towards the month of Ramadan, your fast and prayers will be accepted. So
Uh huh.
this is what they do. So we are waiting.
Okay.
Hopefully by the time of Ramadan they should get back to us. And uh, we are qualified, or if they decide to deal with us, they will give us a number of boreholes to drill.
Okay. Great,
Yeah.
great. And then we were going to price those in a way that essentially they were going to be, for every three, there'd be one donated or something like that.
Yes, that one we'll just price them in a way that it takes care of our labor and cost. The one you are talking about is the one with the municipal chief executive,
Yes,
the
he,
mayor. The
yeah.
mayor. Yes, I spoke with him. He told me that we'll get back to that conversation after the rains. And I think the rains are just about stopping. It's been a long time it rained.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully he'll get back, and then we'll finalize on that discussion as well.
Okay, do you think that it makes sense to price them both the same way, whether we're dealing with individuals who are maybe making a donation at a religious time versus those who are mayors and government officials? I think if we had a standard pricing model where we said we can do this work for you if X, Y, and Z, that's kind of the best model that we can keep straight in our books, because one of the things that we have to do, and this goes to the HIV tests as well for Project 75, is that it's really important that you enter those sales invoices for the project, because
Yes,
the sales invoices, whether they're for boreholes or HIV test kits, those all move us towards having enough public donations to become a public charity. So if we're not tracking those donations, whether they're from additional boreholes or they're from HIV test kits, then we can't get to this 350,000 US mark to actually become a public charity in the future. So it's very important that we track those numbers through HIV tests, but also if we had a standard model for pricing for the mayors and anyone else who the Arabs or whoever else wanted to put these types of boreholes in, we could then create those all need sales invoices, so we could be consistent. It would be beneficial. Do you think that that model will work across both of those groups of individuals?
Yeah, so with regards to the HIV/AIDS test case, I want to get the commitment of the Ghana AIDS Commission so that I know the exact number of test kits they are giving us.
Uh-huh.
And the final foundation too, I know the number of test kits they are also supporting us with. Then I'll be able to make a sales invoice for all of that. Now,
Great.
on the side of the borehole, for the Arabs, um, we don't need to price it for them because they are just going, if they are giving it to us, they are donating to us to drill. All they need is for us to send proof that we have actually drilled the boreholes.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be a donation to us.
Okay.
Ben, I think you included a budget for a borehole when you were sending the report, I think.
Yes.
Yes. So if they agree, they are just going to look at the budget we gave them, and they will just say, okay, based on the budget, we can do 5 boreholes, we can do 10 boreholes. This is the money. Make sure you site the boreholes wherever you think the people really need the water. Cite it and execute it, and show us evidence that you have done it, and that is all.
Okay.
So in that case, we don't need to price um, for them.
Okay, but we do, so but we will need a sales invoice for their donation. And and
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
this is my concern, is that I don't know if that document that had the budget on it got approved by me. I don't think it did. But we need to make sure that in the future all of those get approved by the CFO, by me.
Sure. I don't know if I don't think it was sent on our Ben. Remind me if I'm wrong. I don't think it was sent on Give Basic Needs. It was just information we gave them
Uh-huh.
to uh, to guide their decision making as to they wanted to know how much a borehole was being done. They also wanted to see evidence that we've been drilling boreholes. So
Uh-huh.
basically, it was just we referring them to Ben putting together just a page or two report referring them to our previous activities and how much a borehole costs us and all of that.
Okay.
Yes. So yeah. So I think since Madam Warhana had contacts with them,
Uh-huh.
and we felt like it would have been best she deals with them. She just wanted an overview of what we do at Give Basic Needs that would guide her on how to present it to them. So that
Okay.
was when we drafted the report of what we've been doing together with our website and contact information in case they want to reach out. Then we submitted that to her.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I think that's fine. My only concern is that the number that you sent was less than what it should have been, simply for the fact that we don't want to become a borehole drilling nonprofit. We're there, yes, to put as many boreholes in as possible, but at the same time we need to make sure that we do medical clinics and other things. So if somebody comes in and just wants to do boreholes, that's fine, but we also need to look at our overall budget and our income. And so I think the number that you shot, I don't even know what number it was, over for each borehole. I just hope that it's beneficial and beneficial to the overall organization, and not just benefiting them as donors. Do you know what I mean? I need to we need to make sure in the future any dollar amounts in any reports go through the Presidio and myself, so that we can look at the overall budget and make sure that this is going to cover our costs and our overheads for doing it. And I know you guys are on the ground and you know best. I just want to make sure that we're not just going to become everybody's favorite borehole company, because that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Does that make sense, Salam?
Yes, yes, it does. So
Okay.
I get where you are coming from. Probably I don't also remember the figures, all right, but I think Ben looked at the purchase invoices we are submitting. But then, like you said, sometimes now we are being paid by Give Basic Needs. So maybe if somebody is donating to us for a borehole, just an example, that will cost $5,000 to actually execute.
Yeah.
Maybe there should be a markup of, let's say, 10% for
Yeah.
labor.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so if that is not done and they just bring us 5,000, then Give Business have to um, raise that markup to actually get the work done.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So that's what I would suggest is that we will just put a percentage on all of those for overhead, whether those are office expenses or your time or Benny's time to capture the video, whatever it is, we'll just put some percent. But I want to agree on that with the Presidio and both of you. So I want to make sure that we're not just in the borehole business, and this is we have to look at the bigger picture and make sure that your time and labor and specifically Salam, it's not really, we've talked about this in the past, is that hopefully you guys are looking for mentors. And, hopefully this is something that if they say we need 3 boreholes, uh, you, Salam, can work with your mentor to do. So your mentor is going to need to be paid. Well, that's an additional expense to your wages. So same thing with Benny. If you've got another photographer, whether it's your brother or your sister or someone we're going to need to pay them. So the way we grow the business is not only by taking donations for open donations, but when people ask us to do specific tasks like hold a medical event, hold a borehole event, do 10 boreholes, that we're making enough to survive, and that
Yeah,
those markups are on there. In the retail sector in the US, versus retail versus wholesale in the US is a 50% markup. So
wow.
if it costs us 5,000, we should bid it out at 27.5, right? Or I'm sorry, at 7,500. And so that doesn't necessarily mean that's what we need to do in Ghana, but that means there needs to be a markup in there to cover expenses so that we can get Salam, your mentor, on board. Benny, we can start to bring your mentor on board, and we can start to grow the organization and not just be a borehole company.
Yeah, that is understood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, great. So in the future, no numbers without sending them through the boss, okay? Not me, that boss too, the president.
Yes, yes, the president. Yes, the president is a very big title in Ghana.
Yeah, I can't imagine. She's a big deal around here too.
Yes, yes.
Oh no.
Let's see, what
Okay.
else do we have to talk about?
Yeah. Well, Salam, you have your class to get to.
Yes,
Okay. Let's see.
but
We
we
had.
can still. I think we still have 6 minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Perfect. We talked about the HIV test kit tracking.
Yeah, so there's going to be a sales invoice once Salam gets that figured out. Salam, here's the other thing with the Arabs. I'm concerned that they're going to say, like, they want 25 boreholes, and then that's going to take all your time. Like, how many are they going to do? Do you know? Do they know, like, how many they want, or do they want like 3, or do they want like 33?
Yeah, so sometimes I think Ben will bear me witness. Sometimes they can actually come in and just do huge numbers because the Arabs are so funny sometimes. Like they talk to each other.
Uh-huh.
So maybe a group of them, 10 of them, can just come together and say we are all donating 5-5, or we are all donating 3-3, or we are all doing. But sometimes too, it may be an individual that will just come and say, I want to do this. So if it is an individual, usually it is less than 10, but the person may tell you that okay, every quarter I will do 3 boreholes, or every year I want to be doing 5 boreholes. So
Okay.
there are actually guys. I think Ben was telling me the last time that there's somebody in Nalegu where he lives. who is just a student, but one of these Arabs finds it okay to be dealing with the person and gives the person a number of boreholes, I think every month or every quarter to be drilling. So it depends on who Arhana is talking to. If it is an individual or a group of individuals, if it is a group of individuals, then we should be expecting that they can come up and say, do 10, do 20, or do 30. Or if just an individual, they may come and say, do just 2 or 3.
Okay,
But
and
in
so
any case, like you said, we are going to have mentees. So if, just like you said, if they get back to us and they are proposing to do a huge number, then we can also say, okay, then let's discuss the numbers because we need more hands,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah. I think
we'll be
that's
able to do that.
right, exactly. And this is the the lesson of the day is that if we do that, essentially the price per borehole went up, and they're not going to like that. So if we marked it up 20% or 30%, and then they offered to do 20, we could even take the number down a little, and then they're going to be really happy. So nobody likes to see the price go up. Everybody likes to see the price go down. So when you shoot that number, that first number is really, really important. That's why I'm a little bummed out that I didn't see that number and we didn't discuss it, because now we have to go up in price and they're not going to like that. Do you guys understand that?
Yeah, yeah.
It's okay. We'll deal with it. But I'm just saying that we need to be really careful so that we over, like in this case, we shoot a high number, just like when you're making a time estimate. I'm going to have it done by next week. That means you better come in under budget. That means you better have it done sooner. Right? Don't put the date on it if you can't make it. That's what it looks like when we shoot a number out there of the borehole and then we come back and we ask for more. Nobody likes that. So we've got to always shoot high and let them say, "Oh, I can only afford to do 6." Okay? If you're going to do 6, let's do the math again and see if maybe I don't need that mentor, or let me see if I can save some. Then you say, "Look, if you do 7, we'll do it for this price." So it's always about shooting high and then being able to come back off the price when they come back with quantity. But if they come in and say 30, then we're going to have our hands full. And I'm not sure how that's going to go over because we can't clone you guys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's okay. So lesson learned, no numbers without getting them approved. And 2, make sure that when you're asked the price, don't undershoot, because we want to make sure that we can come down in the future.
That's well noted. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. What else you
Just
got?
one last quick thing with Salam still on the call. Kevin and I had discussed about getting immunizations
Oh
for
yeah.
you guys there, just for the health and safety of filling out our mission for Give Basic Needs. So we want to look into getting you a malaria vaccination,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
whatever you might
immunizations.
need, whether it's like typhoid vaccines, hepatitis vaccines, all of those vaccines, I think is what the president was saying,
Hmm.
is you can expense those at will on your monthly expense reports.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank
because
you so much.
it's very important that you stay healthy so that you can help fulfill the organization's mission. And so we believe in you. We need you healthy. We want you to be healthy. We wish we could give it to more, but for right now, if you guys are operating in a place that you should have a typhoid vaccine, then we will pay for that.
That,
Okay,
I think
that's great to hear.
Yeah, so that's a
I think
benefit that
typhoid and malaria has actually been typhoid malaria has actually been our major headache here. I think this year myself and Ben have all been down with typhoid. Ben was down earlier, and I was just down last week.
Me more
So
than once. It has, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, especially the time I was in school. I think I don't know if I this like some months ago when I was still doing my course. I
Uh-huh.
was fortunate that it almost came as at the time I finished my exam and wanted to go home.
Oh my goodness.
The last day I could not even stand on my feet on the bed to go. So someone who happened to be traveling to where I was going, he had to support me
Oh my
in going.
goodness.
So the typhoid cases here, and when they come, they just push you down too much.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't imagine. I can't
yeah,
imagine. So when it comes to hepatitis, B and C vaccinations, when it comes to anything, polio, any vaccine you need, put it on that you show us a receipt that you got it, and we will reimburse you for it because we want you guys to be healthy, and that's part of our mission.
thank you so
All
much.
right, sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
We will find out that and then take the vaccines.
yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
We
Very
yeah,
good. Yes.
absolutely. We should have thought of it earlier, but with so I'm just being down with typhoid most recently. We thought, well, this is crazy. This is a basic healthcare need of our contractors, and we need to provide that.
That's very thoughtful, and we are very grateful.
Of
Yeah, for
course.
sure. We're grateful
Of
for
course.
all of you do.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But we'll let you go ahead and drop off Salam and finish up with Ben. I don't think we have too much more.
Yeah, I don't have anything more, honestly. I
Oh,
don't know.
nothing more?
No, I don't. Do you have anything you need to
I
cover?
don't, unless Ben, you do.
No, I don't have anything here too.
Okay.
Okay, then
Very
Salam,
good.
do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything more.
Okay, great.
I forgot. I should have explained my head at the beginning of the meeting, but to, today is Halloween here, and so my costume is Catwoman. So I have my little ears on for my Catwoman. I'll get those
Okay.
later on.
do
That's
you
great.
guys
All
That's
right.
great.
do you guys have
Um,
do you guys celebrate something called Halloween?
no, we don't.
So, but we have other festivals that we dress funny. We just dress
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
any way we want. So I
Yeah,
think last month or so, we had the Damba Festival, which is one of those occasions that you have people put on things just to look funny
yeah.
and to the occasion. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
Right.
that's what's happening in our country today, and it's kind of it's about the spirits, like it's the day before. Uh, and how do you explain it?
It's well,
It
it's kind
started
of
out
different.
as a religious thing, but it's really like
November 1st, and in the Hispanic culture, it's kind of like remembering those individuals that have gone before us. And then Halloween is just kind of, I don't know.
Halloween is
You
like
know,
the day that the spirits are about, and everybody has fun and party and dress up silly, and just remember the people who have gone before. And so this kind of what Halloween is. I'll have to send you a description, but I don't have it in my head. But it's kind of
Okay,
it's
but
kind of a fun time, and
yeah.
we happen to be in New Orleans, which is a big place that celebrates Halloween. So we're going to celebrate tonight, and then we will continue to drive. We had an individual, a friend of ours, who passed recently, so we're going to go to their celebration of life in North Carolina. So we're making our way to North Carolina, and we'll be there by next Saturday to do that celebration of life. He unfortunately passed of cancer and was only 58.
oh,
So yeah, so it's very
wow.
young for him, and it was an unexpected
Yeah.
kind of thing, and quite quick. So we will go make our way to North Carolina, but tonight we're here to dance with the souls.
Oh, okay. Yeah. However, there has been a misconception about it here.
Uh-huh.
I want to clarify. People say that during Halloween that is dangerous to be outside. How true is that?
Oh no, no, not here. Here, I mean, it's very different. I think there because uh, you do. have like well, okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. So in Ghana, you have the concept of witchcraft and this type of um,
Voodoo, sometimes
voodoo
it's called.
and different beliefs
Yes.
around these things, and that
Yeah.
exists in the U.S., but it's more like a very small group of people that are kind of that way. The majority of people wouldn't think twice about going out on Christmas Eve on New Year
Halloween.
Halloween
That's-
and celebrating because it's kind of one of those um, how should I say like it's like it's not a negative thing
It used to
like
be.
Okay,
like
okay.
it's a positive time like to remember and embrace the value of life as opposed to
Oh,
focusing on kind of the dark mysterious underworld if you will.
okay, okay. Because I've been hearing that a lot, so I used to think that it's something that you need to be indoors during the celebration and all that. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
it probably because the witches and the Salem witch trials that
yeah,
happened in Massachusetts years and years ago, where they actually persecuted women who they thought were witches and practicing witchcraft and whatever. And so some negative thoughts have come out because of that, and because religious individuals, then it's like the devil's night and devil's day
yeah.
and things like that, which it really isn't. And then on November 1st, then we celebrate all the souls that have gone before us too. So
Yeah, it's kind of a we're not religious per se, but it's kind of one of those things that could go either way. So yeah, so that's a good questions though. We will take some pictures tonight
Oh,
and send to you.
that would be great. It would be great to see.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
Uh,
I think Benny dropped off maybe by accident, but I think we're done anyhow.
yep.
So I will
Yeah.
stop and we will talk with you soon.
Okay. Enjoy your evening
Okay,
and
sounds good.
celebrate.
Thank you, Salam. We'll
Bye
see you
bye.
soon.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
I forgot. And then
Hold on, hold on.